about this wonderful workshop that Michael's providing today is that he said to me, or I said to him rather, I'm a journalist. I'm a retired journalist. I can write, but I was making excuses. I don't have time. I don't have time, and I can write pretty quickly. But and then he's like, I learned to use ChatGPT, and I don't have that excuse anymore. No, because I
No.
can, and like you said, you do have to edit it, to a degree. But now I've got it set up. Once you learn what Michael's teaching about the prompt engineering and stuff, and getting it down to speak in your voice. My wife, I've been married 32 years. My wife can look at an AI article and go, "Did you write this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "That's fantastic. Sounds just like you." And I go, "I didn't write this." But the point is that, if I can fool my wife, you have no excuse. If I can write content and I've done that. I've been doing that. And so it's generating traffic and organic leads. So
Mhm. And it annoys the hell out of James. So we talk every morning for about what, 30, 40 minutes. And in general, while we're busy chatting, and he's telling me fascinating stories and tales of high adventure because his life is not boring at all. I am busy. I'm curating an article, or I'm doing my quotes for social platforms at the same time
it
because I'm
drives me
just
crazy. I'm like, pay attention to me. He's like, I am. And I'm like, mm-mm. But
yeah, but
he's constantly generating content on ChatGPT constantly.
and what my suggestion is every day spend an hour and just a second, Jennifer, just generate something.
I'm trying to make it do the thing where it automatically raises my hand. There.
Oh, okay. Generate an article or generate a video script or generate social posts, but spend an hour a day, because what you're doing is that anybody here take piano lessons? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Every day you need to practice your scales and arpeggios and your major and minor chords. And they're boring and nobody wants to do it. But if you want to learn how to play the piano, you need to practice your scales and arpeggios and major and minor chords. And this is the same thing. Is today I'm going to create an article, or today I'm going to create a video script. And what you will do, what will happen is that you will begin to automate your processes, because once you have your article, you can create a illustration. Once you have your social media post, you can create an illustration just by saying, I need an illustration based on this content. Boom. And over a period of time, you get better at it. And fine tuning it. Now instead of an hour process, it's 45 minutes or it's 30 minutes. And it just becomes part of your day. Yes, Jennifer.
So I want to throw something back at you that you threw at me the other day, which is a very valuable question. Is it sustainable? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a habit that, well, something I picked up and then after talking to you made it even more clear. So for January, I have made a social media post consistently every day for 27 days. I've never done that before, but I signed up to a challenge and that's what we're doing. But it doesn't have to be an hour, because had you told me that I had to spend an hour a day writing social media posts, I would have failed the challenge,
Right.
because that wouldn't be sustainable for me. So
Okay.
my question, yeah, is what is sustainable? That's what came to me when you're saying this. What is sustainable for you? Is it 15 minutes? Is it one prompt, right? I'm going to execute this one prompt every day, something like that, and to build on it. So that was just my 2 cents on that, and it came from you, so that's why I wanted to share it.
Uh, and what I will respond is my sustainable commitment Started with today, and I did this on Sunday, and I started with one day. And I said, today I'm going to create an article. And when I first started doing it, it took me like 3 freaking hours to get it done. But my commitment was one time per week, I'm going to do an article and I'll post it. And I have automated to that to the point where I can get all of that done in under an hour. And I can do that. Yes, you can. And then I added a day. It's like in the middle of the week. Okay. And it's gotten to the point where I now can do it daily because I know what to do, and it doesn't wreck my brain to do that. But I agree with you, Jennifer. I would start with one.
Something that you can commit to and know that, like you told me, can I put this into my process and know that I can do it every day? Like brushing your teeth, right? I know I'm going to brush my teeth in the morning. So today I know I'm going to make a social media post. I got that going.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yes, Amy.
my laptop's going to die.
I was just going to say, so my nature is opposite. I'd rather sit down for 4 or 5 hours, grind it out, get all of my content, and then schedule it all out. I cannot do the hour a day or week or whatever. So that would probably be my approach. That's where I can execute it consistently.
Whatever you need to organize it that works best for you, that's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And truly, when I started, it was, yeah, it would take that long. Like when I did an article and posted it in my blog and put pictures with SEO related titles and alt text and all that stuff, it took freaking forever to do that. And now I have all the prompts and they're in my head. I just go, but
So
it doesn't start that way.
yeah, it's a process. You mentioned SEO. Do you build that into your prompts?
Yes, I build them into the prompt. Can I show you a prompt?
Yes, thank you.
And yes, Jennifer, I see you taunting me.
Look at you throwing out all those acronyms that you wanted to choke me for.
I still want to choke you.
Sorry, we've known each other way too long.
Yeah, when Southwest comes up with $35 flights to Berlin, you need to start wearing a neck guard. Okay. All right. So, hello, where are you? There it is. Okay, Amy. Let's do. Okay, here's your thing. Okay, I found a cool article. There it is, Neuroscience of Hypnosis. So what I would do is I would copy that and I would come over here to my handy dandy chatbot and I would drop it in there. And this really is the exact order that I would do it. I would go to here and I would copy this and drop it in front of this with a space and press play. Okay, but instead of doing that, I'm going to take you through the list. So here's your alternative headline. Then I want a first person introduction, and there's brackets for the article. You drop that in there, and so when when you do your alternative headlines, I'm going to already have my blog over here set up, and I'm going to drop it in. Then I'm going to go back and do the next thing, drop it in the chat bot, copy the answer, and drop it in, and that would be here. Okay, and as you go through it, first person introduction, then the detailed summary, then my big takeaway. And every time I'm putting in it, I'm copying it and pasting it into the blog. Then I do related articles, and it's going to output related articles. You post them, and in my related articles, going to, yeah, it's going to put them out in this format, and then I'm going to have to put links. Then I'm going to do the book suggestions. So I have to copy this, paste them in there, go to Amazon, save the picture, save the link. And I finally had to move this where it says summary. I had it further down and I was forgetting to put the summaries in there. So I moved it. So I need a 200 character article summary for this article. And it's right there. You drop it in. And then you have the illustration prompt. And here's the answer to your question. See the meta titles and social descriptions. Now it'll create social media descriptions and titles for that article. And that whole process will take you 30 minutes. Okay. So if you are bulk editing, you can create 4 or 5 articles in 4 or 5 days, put them on your blog if you have a blog, and then literally set up when you want them to post, because I do that. Now, here's a question. Do you use a Buffer or a Hootsuite or anything to post out? Okay. Because
I
I
have in the
used to.
past, but no, I use
Yeah,
the one on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean so in answer to your question, I do this, I do this, I do that, and it's all on one page. So there's no, what do I need to do next? And if you like, I have permission, I can send that to you, where all you have to do is copy and paste it. Will that be okay?
Yes, that would be okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So as I suspected, I'm not going to make, I don't have another hour and 9 minutes worth of content. Do you guys have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Your hands up.
My question is, if I generate an article for my blog, does the Google police or something, do they penalize me because I do it with AI?
No, they do not. You can, before you answer that question, Jennifer, what you can do is you can put a disclaimer in the footer. And give myself permission. Okay,
And there
you
are
can do it. Just hang on a second, Jennifer. If you will create a page in your website that has a disclaimer, and if you ask your chatbot to write a disclaimer for you that says, portions of this article have been generated by AI, but the original concept and the editing is by me. And quite frankly, nobody really cares, but if it's important to you, you can put it in.
Thank you.
Because there is some muddle going on. I mean, there are people cranking out books on Kindle that are 100% AI generated and all of that stuff, and they're producing them anyway.
So then, is there when I attended this ChatGPT conference a couple weeks ago in real estate specifically, One of the ways that this speaker was talking about that they can combat against that is just what you and Jennifer were talking about earlier. Your profiles and getting your nature, your human nature built into your chat GPT and starts to speak more and more like you. That alone is such a spin-off of being individual that you're not necessarily getting popped for the whole copyright infringement and the AI situation, because it's so much like you as a person that it differentiates your stuff.
Yes. Yes, Jennifer.
I was just going to say that I use a tool called AI Detector Pro in
Oh.
combination with Grammarly's plagiarism checker.
Mhm.
To if I'm really doing an article, right? If I'm just in a social media post, it doesn't matter, okay? Nobody cares. But if you are in an industry where it matters, right? And people are checking and people do care, if it's not just your opinion, right? If it's really factual and it matters, there are tools out there that you can use to help detect, was this written by AI? Has someone else done this before? And just to alleviate that, because like Michael said, this is a real ongoing thing right now, is that the what's the word I'm looking for images especially, right? It's not copyright. There's another word that's not coming to my brain, but that's like a huge conversation in that whole community right now, is how do we ensure that this work of art that you're publishing as your own is actually your own, right?
So one of the things that was discussed in this conference was talking about images and imagery. And what was interesting was that this woman was the speaker was speaking to the fact that she uses Canva a lot, and then she does use Midjourney. And one of the distinguishing factors that really put a fire under my ass was we have Canva has a free version and Midjourney has a free version. So if you create your imagery in the free version, you do not have copyright, because you need to be paying for the subscriptions in order for that copyright to be in play. So I immediately went and paid for my subscriptions, but that was something that never had crossed my mind, is using those free versions, you do not own the rights to the imagery.
It's a real muddy thing, and my answer today is probably going to be different in 6 months, which will be different in a year. They're still figuring stuff out, but for right now, paid versions is the way to go.
Edit.
And yeah, and the other thing that I really want to focus on is, when you're doing but hang on a sec. When you're doing an article or whatever it is, spend the time and edit it. Do your, if we're going back to your grad student, if your grad student wrote you an outline for an XYZ, they're going to unintentionally put their language and their tone and their view on your article. And that's when you edit it and say, no, I want it to go, I want it to go this way. And you guys will get it. Like if you look at, I've posted probably 20 or 30 articles in the last few months and stuff like that. And if you look at my older articles versus the ones that I'm doing now, they are night and day in terms. They're still good. They're still okay. And we did run one of my articles through Jennifer's AI detector, and it came out 100% human written. So
True.
that's kind of what you're looking for, is once you have tweaked your custom instructions to where it is producing your tone, your voice, your thoughts just faster. Do you still need the AI detector? That would be a call that would be your call.
I use it for
But
if I'm doing an ebook or something that's really going to be evergreen and it's going to be out there for a long time. That's when I use it for books, right? Just to make sure that I've crossed all the T's I possibly can.
Ooh, I'm so glad you said ebook. Now, let me tell you something else that your chat the chatbot will do for you. If you wrote an ebook and the very last thing that you need to do with your chatbot is tell it to generate 10 bibliographies to support your ebook, and it'll go, and that way it just cuts down on your research. And since you don't have a grad student to pull that up, but all of my ebooks have big bibliographies. And if you're writing a really long, let's say that you're going to write a really long, exhaustive article, which you kind of should have that one big article with all of your satellite articles that support your content thing. It's called what's called a cornerstone article, Jennifer. Your cornerstone article is somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 words, and it needs a bibliography. I see that, Amy. You're going, really? Yeah, and you're in a real technical business, Amy. You probably need your AI detector and your bibliographies in your articles and stuff, because a lot of the stuff that you're going to be talking about, isn't that legislated?
Some of it is, yeah. I
So-
think I was just thinking about that. You know, with the article size, I usually, I'd probably keep it a lot less than that. But then what I was thinking was that, in the end, it's always probably best to cite your sources anyways, no matter how big your article is.
Well, my suggestion is you and I set up a coaching call, and let's get your list.
Yes, I would like that very much. Thank you.
Outstanding. And now it's time for my commercial. Hi, Deborah. Hey, guess what? We're just about to go. But there will be a replay on this.
I was going to ask you if you're going to have this video loaded on your website for the like, when you log in through your mastermind group. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the reason for my commercial. I'm going to be doing webinars and workshops throughout the year. And if you are part of my mastermind group, you're going to have access to a whole bunch of goodies, including 3 different training platforms with over 180 different videos. I'm adding a new section for my NLP and hypnosis. So you guys will have access to literally everything that I do. But more importantly to this group is all of the webinars and all of the workshops will be on the platform forever. So you'll always have access to all of that stuff. And the ultra mega mambo price for that is $47 a month. So
I just actually wanted to speak to that. I have to say, like, I've done a lot of NLP training, and you're incredibly talented, and I really enjoy working with you just as on a personal level. But I do appreciate the fact that you are affordable and your content is so fantastic, because I mean, some of us can, yes, we all believe in investing in our education and personal growth, but after you've done it for so long, and everything's more expensive now in life, and everything unfolds, and family and this and that, you don't always have the extra to invest thousands and thousands. And the fact that you are so affordable, and it allows me, I can only speak to me, allows me to continue to kind of learn NLP, learning NLP, hypnosis, and helping grow my professional level and also personal level. I do thank you for that.
the end of this year, at the end of this year, there will be 77 videos, NLP videos, that individual techniques and core transformation and just all of the techniques that you should, as an NLP practitioner, that should be on the back of your hand. Okay, and all of those videos will be available. In addition to that, I'm going to put 100, it'll probably take me 2 years to get all 100 hypnosis videos, but I'm doing 100 hypnosis videos, everything from soup to nuts. If you have acne or cancer or this or that or stuff, there's going to be a video, and all of this is under one price. And I would love to, I'd love to tell you that I got this great idea all by my little self, but that's not true. There's a fellow out there whose name escapes me, and he has a website called selfgrowth.com. And he was an engineer, wanted to start a website, and he just did a website, and it's $97 a month, and he sells different courses. And while you're in that course, the course is $97, but while you're there, you have access to every single solitary thing that he has done. And that's ultimately what I want to do, is we're going to be doing courses and webinars and stuff like that. But while you're there, you have access to everything. And my goal on this planet is to help 25,000 people in a 10-year period. Okay. And I promise we'll sign off of this, but what I was thinking about was my legacy. And I want you guys to really consider this for a moment. Okay. And to me, legacy doesn't mean you're still around. Okay. So just imagine for a moment that 3 generations have passed. Nobody who ever knew you is still alive. But wouldn't it be nice to look down from wherever you are, or look up, depending on your opinion, and see the grandchildren and great grandchildren or great great grandchildren of the people that you helped, using those skills, teaching that to their children and grandchildren, to their community. And that's my goal, is to do that. Okay. And I can't do that if I'm charging $10,000 a year to train you. Okay. So I need to make my content available, and some of it's kind of like content heavy, so you have to watch the videos a couple of times. But if you've ever messaged me, you will find me revoltingly responsive to messages. So just send me a message or an email and I'll get back to you. Okay. The other thing that I didn't mention, and I promise it's commercial time is over. Okay. Part of this mastermind is you get a coaching call every month. And what's amazing to me is I have a bunch of people on this mastermind and they never book appointments. It's like, okay, no problem, but you have one. So I highly recommend that you consider joining our happy band of humans, because I personally believe that it's not lonely at the top, particularly if you take all of your friends with you. So thank you guys so much. I made it 2 whole hours without having to go potty. And I'll cut that out of the video.
I didn't make it.
But thank you. Watch this. I'm going to cut it into pieces and post that on the platform as well, so that you can look at different sections of this. And as it stimulates ideas for you, there's probably a prompt for that. And my last words that I'm going to use is, this has changed me in this way. Learning how to converse with your chatbot and you're not getting what you want. Okay. You're putting it in and the chatbot's being stupid, or you think it is. Okay.
No, sometimes it goes stupid.
Yeah. Change your prompt. And if you think about how we interact with other humans, if you're talking to your favorite human, or you're talking to another and you're not getting back what you want, change
The
your
way
prompt. Okay.
This
Thank
is
you
why I
guys
joined
so-
this call today, was for those words right there.
Uh-huh.